Hello, this is a video to give you some basics of how to take care of your violin. Please respond at the end with any questions that you might have. Also, please tell me what are the 2 important things that your student needs to remember when putting away, and that will let me know that you watched this video. So first of all, on your instrument bond, it talks about paying money. As long as you take care of your instrument, it is in good working condition. A string might break. They are old on most of the instruments. The bridge, we'll talk about that. Some of the strands on the bow might come off. That is normal wear and tear. If the instrument is not treated correctly, and it ends up looking like this, I cannot fix this. This is no longer usable. This is an instrument that was here when I came to the school, and I'm keeping it as an example. This is where that instrument bond comes into play and where you are now responsible for replacing the broken instrument. Again, these instruments, your student is checking them out from the school. Normal wear and tear, we will help you take care of. If it's broken, you are now replacing that instrument. All right, most of the cases are a hard case. You will notice there is a flat side and a curved side. You're gonna put it flat side down when you open. When you open, you will see there's a violin and there is a bow. We are going to talk about the bow first. When they take the bow out, you will notice that the strings and the stick are very close together. You turn it to tighten it, and you probably only need to tighten it maybe 4 turns. You can see now they are further apart. If your student is practicing and you notice their bow is really far apart, this is too tight. This can break the bow. We don't want that. If they are playing, and as they are playing, let me find my pen. If as they are playing, the string is hitting the stick, that's too loose. You want to find that spot where there's some tension, not going all the way. Also notice, I am never touching this with my finger. In one of your compartments in your violin case, there is rosin. Rosin is a sticky residue that you put on your bow so it can make a sound. It should be roughed up. If for some reason the rosin is not going on the bow the way it should, have them come to me. I have some sandpaper. I can rough it up a little bit. You're going to go this way. Short strokes back and forth for about 20 to 30 seconds. Again, depending on how often they play, they may need more or less. If their bow is not making any sound on the string, they probably need more rosin. Okay, so my bow is probably ready to be used now. I'll put the case back on the rosin. Violin, the tuning pegs and the fine tuners down here, they do not need to touch those yet. I do not start out my lessons by teaching them how to tune their instrument. The violins will stay fairly in tune from the time they go home to the time they come back. On each of the violins, there should be a rubber band connected right here by the chin rest. In their case should also be a sponge. This will act as their shoulder rest. If they need a thicker or thinner sponge, I do have some. As they are learning as well, they might want a thin piece of cloth or a washcloth right here on the chin rest. We talk a lot about posture. as they're getting used to playing the violin, they might complain of their chin hurting or their collarbone hurting. A lot of this is placement. A lot of this can also be done with padding. We are aiming to get to the posture. Let's see if I can do this with the sponge, where it is all held right here. We'll start with getting our bodies used to it here. Eventually, we have our fingerboard up here. Ooh, these strings are really old. I need to replace these. Okay, so violin, basic care. As they are playing, remember we put rosin on this. And I have not tuned this violin, I'm sorry. But rosin will get on the wood. That's going to be important later when we talk about putting away our violin. As they are practicing, 5 minutes at first, working up to 10 minutes, working up to 15 minutes. 5 days a week is a good place to start for practicing. We're working again on the posture, creating some solid sounds. Again, I mentioned this particular violin I grabbed. This has very old strings. If a string breaks, let me know. I will call the instrument repair shop. They will come get it, put new strings on. If the bridge, this little piece of wood right here, this is held in by tension. It is not glued. It is not screwed. If the bridge starts moving or if it gets bumped completely out of place, let me know. I will call the instrument repair shop. They will come pop it back into place, or that also might be something I can do. Inside the violin, I can't show you on the video, but there's a sound post. If that for some reason comes out of place, call me, let me know. Instrument repair shop, they can fix that. Okay. Basics so far. As we go to put away, they should have a cloth in their case. So you are going to take the sponge, put it away. There are 2 secret compartments. I call them secret compartments in your case. You're going to take the rag and you are going to gently dust off your violin. Then you can put your rag away. The rosin that comes off as you are playing can eat away at the wood varnish. Important for your bow. You are now going to loosen it to lay it down. So putting it back into that rest position. So we tighten the play, loosen the lay, we slide it in, and then lock it into place, and then we're going to close. Here's what I need from you to show me that you understand the basics. Oh, one other thing. Your violin, because it is a wooden instrument, do not leave it by a heating source. Do not leave it in a hot car. Do not leave it in a cold car. If you are traveling to and from school, that's totally fine. If you're leaving this instrument in a trunk, that is not good for the instrument. It can break. If you are leaving it for hours in a car or next to a heater or in a really cold place, again, that is not good. This needs to be, as I tell the kids, if it's safe for you to be there, it's probably safe for the instrument to be there. What I need for you to do once you finish watching this video, message what are the 2 things that your student needs to do at the end when they're putting away the violin. Those 2 things: dust off the violin, loosen the bow to lay down. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you so much for watching this video.